They walked into court confident, thinking they could outsmart the system, challenge the judge, and flip the entire case in their favor. But what they didn't realize is the judge had already seen every excuse, every lie, and every trick before. And within seconds, their confidence collapsed, because in this courtroom, one wrong move doesn't just fail, it backfires instantly.
Okay, Mr. Parks.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I just found out my wife just left her corporate job for a cashier job. I don't know why. Maybe it's because like she wants to get out of the payments of what she's doing.
Payments of what?
Child support, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, guys, this one's gonna hit hard. A mother walks into court after intentionally quitting a $70,000 job, thinking she can reduce her child support. But what she didn't expect was a judge who sees right through financial games. This case isn't just about money. It's about responsibility, choices, and what happens when the court decides your new income isn't real.
We have a child together that we had in our marriage, and it's like, and all of a sudden I just found out just recently that she left her corporate job to take a couple of dollar paying job. How can you do this to us? How can you
Excuse me, sir. Sir, do not address her. Address me.
Yes, ma'am. I do apologize.
I mean, obviously she can't help your situation.
Yes.
That's why you're here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so continue.
When I found out, it was just like, I was just shocked. I didn't know like how else to express it, but
Right away, the father sets the tone. He's not confused, he's suspicious. And legally this matters. When someone suddenly drops their income like this, courts don't just accept it. They start asking one key question. Was this intentional to avoid paying support? Because if it was, that strategy is about to collapse fast.
we had a child together.
How old is the child?
This child is like 5 years old, ma'am.
Is she paying anything in child
Yes, ma'am.
support?
She's paying for the medical bills and she's paying for the support as well.
Medical support, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
is there a reason why you're not paying to support this child?
First of all, I left my corporate paying job, and after our divorce.
Now, this is important. The child lives with the father, and she's already not paying proper support. That shifts the entire case. Courts prioritize the child's stability first, not the parent's lifestyle choices. So already, the judge is looking at this situation like, who's actually carrying the responsibility here?
I know he mentioned I'm his wife. Correction, I'm his ex-wife.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank
Continue.
you. So I left my job, and the reason why I left it, and I did do it intentionally, I felt that it was not right.
Wait a minute. You intentionally left your job?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I had enough money in savings to.
And here's the shocking part. She openly admits she intentionally left her high-paying job. That's a huge legal mistake. Because once you say that in court, you've basically handed the judge proof that your income drop wasn't forced, it was a choice. And courts do not reward voluntary unemployment when a child is involved.
Still provide for my child and still provide medical insurance. So I felt that, the stress of my divorce wasn't inhibiting me from performing my job.
Okay. First of all, that's a different court. We're not here to talk about anything that went on with the divorce. I just need to know about the money that you're making, because obviously the child lives with you. Is that correct,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am.
So you have all this money in saving. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
How much did you make at your last job?
I annually $70,000.
$70,000, okay.
Notice how the judge immediately shuts down the emotional argument. Divorce stress? That might matter somewhere else, but not here. Family court focuses on numbers, ability, and responsibility. This is a key moment where the judge is saying, we're not here for excuses, we're here for facts.
And that's your only job?
It was my only job. Now I work at a convenience store.
Doing
Head
what?
clerk.
Doing what?
Head clerk.
Head clerk. Okay, how much are you making now?
About $30,000 a year.
$30,000. And what type of education do you have?
I have my master's.
You have a master's degree and you're a head?
Ma'am. Again, the stresses of the divorce inhibited me from doing my job.
Okay, don't say that again. You already said that once and we moved on from that. So.
Now we get the contrast. $70,000 down to $30,000 with a master's degree. That's not just a downgrade, that's a red flag. Courts look at earning capacity, not just current income. So even if she's earning less now, the judge is already calculating based on what she can earn, not what she chose to earn.
You're now making $30,000 a year, and you think that I should base child support on $30,000 instead of the $70,000 that you intentionally stop working at?
Well, that is my annual income now, $30,000.
That's your annual income now. When did you stop working at?
A year ago.
A year ago. How long were you there?
I was there for about 8 years.
8 years
Yes,
with
ma'am.
a master's degree at a head clerk position. What's the qualification to work at that job? It's such as, do you
High school
need a
diploma.
degree?
This is where her argument completely falls apart. She thinks child support should be based on her new lower salary. But legally, that doesn't fly. If the court believes you reduced your income on purpose, they can impute income, meaning they act as if you're still earning the higher amount.
You just need a high school diploma.
High
work
school
as a
diploma,
clerk. Yes,
and
head
you have a
clerk.
master's degree. I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you. $70,000 a year. You said you covered a child on health insurance. How much is that?
$300 a month.
$300 a month. Ma'am, I'm going to make you pay child support. You came obviously in this courtroom to waste my time.
I have a question. How come I have to get a corporate job? How come he can't get a corporate job?
He can get a job, but the child lives with him, right?
Well, yes, and I think the reason why the child is even with him to begin with is because of, well, this is a different court.
And the judge's tone changes here, from questioning to calling it out directly. I'm not about to play with you. That's not just emotion, that's authority. At this point, the judge has already made up her mind. This isn't a struggling parent. This is someone trying to game the system.
Never mind, like you said.
Okay, thank you. So, moving right along, $70,000 a month. A year, excuse me. I put your...
I'm not making $70,000 a month anymore. I'm making $30,000 a year now.
You're making $30,000 a year now, but ma'am, you intentionally work at a job that pays you less. And you think that you're gonna come in this courtroom and get me to order that you pay a less amount when you're capable.
Now she tries to flip the argument, asking why the father can't get a better job. But that doesn't work because custody matters. The child lives with him. That means he's already providing daily care. And the court sees that as contribution, something money alone can't replace.
Of making the $70,000 with a master's degree, you made that up.
Ma'am, I don't know. Emotional distress is intentional.
Excuse me. Emotional distress. Okay, so your gross is $5,833.33. Based on that $70,000, I'm going to give you a credit for the health insurance, okay? The $300 brings your net to $4,497.98. How many children?
One.
One child, okay.
This is the legal knockout moment. The judge clearly states, you intentionally took a lower paying job and you expect a lower obligation? That's exactly what courts are designed to prevent. This is where the entire strategy collapses because intent has now been fully exposed.
20%. $899.60 is going to be your monthly child support obligation that you're going to pay each month to this man. You're looking confused, and I don't understand why you're looking
I'm
at
not
me
looking
like that.
confused. You said what you're saying, and I'm okay. I'm taking it all in.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Thank
now,
you.
do you have anything further?
No, ma'am.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it from you? Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
All right, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
And just like that, case closed. What started as a plan to reduce payments ended in a higher, locked-in obligation. The biggest takeaway: in family court, you can change jobs, but you can't escape responsibility. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
You all may be seated. Well, 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 if it's not Mr. Cassidy, you're back.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Brought this case before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
Well, I hope I can.
All right, guys, this one's messy from the start. A father walks into court not to support his child, but to get out of paying altogether. And instead of facts, he brings anger, insults, and excuses. But here's the twist. The judge isn't here for drama. She's here for the law. And in this case, feelings are about to collide hard with reality.
Speak bluntly, Judge.
You did the last time you were here, Mr. Cassidy.
That's the only way I know how to do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, if you remember how big a hag she was last time, and she's still making my life hell. She went back to the mammary clinic, working the pole.
Right away, you can see the problem. Instead of presenting a legal argument, he starts attacking his ex's lifestyle. This is a classic mistake in family court. Judges don't care about personal grudges. They care about the child. So when he opens with insults instead of facts, he's already losing credibility before the case even begins.
And she's making a lot of money now,
Okay.
and she don't need my support for that redheaded little kid.
Your son.
Well, her son, whoever.
You legally adopted him. My memory serves me right. You legally adopted him. He's your son.
Well, I don't know how legal it was, but so what? Okay.
What is it that I can do for you, Mr. Cassidy?
Well, I'd like to not pay any more child support on that little kid.
Now listen closely. He admits the child is legally adopted. That's huge. Because legally, once you adopt a child, you're fully responsible, just like a biological parent. There's no undo button just because a relationship with the other parent went bad. Did he just destroy his own case without realizing it?
She's making a lot of money now, probably more than I'm making. And she went back to work, and she's gone through 2 or 3 men just since last year. And now she's making my life a living hell. She is flaunting her newest boyfriend in front of me.
Didn't you get back with your ex-wife, though?
Yes.
So what does it matter if she's with a new guy?
We've separated again.
Oh, okay.
Here's where emotions completely take over. He's talking about boyfriends, jealousy, and personal drama, but none of that has any legal impact on child support. The court doesn't care who she's dating. The only question is, does the child still need support? And right now, he's avoiding that completely.
So every time she sees me, she's met this camel-toed cowboy that he can't even wear the right size pants. He's real young and buffed, and she just flaunts him in front of me.
Mr. Cassidy, what is the reason you want to get off child support? Because I don't think it has anything to do with this cowboy that you're describing.
Well, she's making a lot of money now.
Okay, so what does that have to do with what you pay in child support?
She doesn't need my money anymore, and she's got old camel toes helping her out.
And where is Miss Cassidy anyway?
The judge steps in and redirects him, and this is key. She's trying to pull him back into legal territory, but he keeps circling back to income and emotions without evidence. In court, claims mean nothing without proof. So at this point, his argument isn't just weak, it's legally empty.
Who?
Where is Miss Cassidy anyway? She didn't come to court.
Which one? Oh, the hag.
What? That is not her name.
I forgot what her name was. That's all I called her now, but she wouldn't come to court.
Why would she not come to court? And she knows you're trying to, get off child support, right?
Because she just wants to make my life hell.
Okay, so again, besides her putting you through turmoil, why do you believe you should not have to pay child support? Give me a legal reason, not based on your feelings.
Because she's just making too much money and I'm poor.
This is one of the most important moments. The judge asks for a legal reason, not feelings. That's the line most people don't understand. Family court decisions are based on statutes and evidence, not frustration or personal beliefs. And when he can't give a legal basis, the outcome is already becoming predictable.
You're poor.
I'm poor.
You were not poor within the last year that you came here. So what has occurred, Mr. Cassidy?
Crop failure.
Okay.
And, not too much rain. We've had too much rain, a lot of crop failure. And she just don't need my money anymore. She's making good money and she's got okay.
He tries to shift to, I'm poor now, but again, no proof. Saying you're struggling isn't enough. You need documents, income statements, financial records. Courts require evidence. Without it, even a real hardship won't be considered. So the question is, did he come prepared, or did he just come to vent?
Toes helping her out.
Okay, let's just be clear. It's not for her. The money is for your son.
You say your son.
It is your son, Miss Cassidy. You know what? You obviously came here to waste my time. Like you did the last time.
Okay.
No, we're not going to start over because I have other cases to get to, and you obviously came here to waste my time because you and I both know you're not getting off child support.
Well, can we just get it reduced?
And here it is. The judge drops the core truth. Child support isn't for the mother, it's for the child. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. Even if the other parent is doing well financially, your responsibility doesn't disappear. It's about shared duty, not personal fairness.
Based on crop failure?
Yes, and her income.
What did you bring to court with you to prove what her income is?
Well, she's not going to give me any papers.
Okay,
What
but
can
you
I
didn't
do
find anything on her? You know where she works?
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't tried to talk to her supervisor or anybody to try to find out what her income is?
Oh, they're not gonna talk. I've been there.
Okay.
I've seen them throw
So
money.
the answer then, you don't have anything in court with you today to help support why your child support needs to be reduced, right?
Now the case really collapses. The judge asks for proof, and he has nothing. No documents, no records, no evidence. In legal terms, this is fatal, because without proof, the court has zero basis to change anything. This is why preparation matters more than emotion in court.
There's no.
It's a yes or no?
No.
Okay, so the answer is no to your relief. Is there anything further?
Yes, I can get it on video.
Okay, well, you don't have the video today, right?
No, but I can get it.
Okay, so the first answer, I take your first answer is no. And if there's nothing further, you are.
There's something further.
What is it, Mr. Cassidy?
It's all under the table. She gets paid cash.
Oh, you're saying she gets paid under the table?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all tips.
And you brought
He tries one last angle, claiming under-the-table income. But again, no proof. This is speculation, not evidence. Courts cannot act on guesses or assumptions. And this is where many cases fail. People believe what they know is enough, but legally, it has to be proven.
proof of that with you here today, right?
I've been to these memory clinics. I know how it works.
So the answer is no. I don't think there's anything further, Mr. Cassidy.
Okay, Judge.
It was
All right.
good to see you.
What?
What? It was good to see you. And when you are ready to bring proof in court to support your case, I will entertain your case then, okay?
Well, what kind of proof can I bring?
I just explained it to you.
I didn't understand though. I mean,
Some
there's no
type of
W-2
proof.
forms I can get because it's all under the table.
Look, I can't give you legal advice, but whatever you can bring in here to show why you need to be reduced, that's what you need.
Judge stays patient but firm. She explains clearly, bring proof, then come back. That's how the system works. But notice his persistence. He keeps pushing for answers instead of understanding the process. At this point, it's not just a weak case, it's turning into a courtroom lesson.
Like video.
You know, I think I'm probably gonna have my bailiff escort you out of here because I think I've already made myself clear about not giving you any type of relief. So if there's nothing further, Mr. Cass.
So if I bring video, then I can maybe get it reduced.
It's possible depending on what that video is.
Well, it's gonna be her up there on stage having money thrown at her.
Okay. Well, we'll have to review it once you get it, okay? If there's nothing further, again, you are dismissed.
Are you sure you just won't reduce it by?
I'm sure you are dismissed.
And just like that, case dismissed. No evidence, no legal basis, no relief. This entire situation shows one thing. Court isn't about who feels right. It's about who proves it. And today, he didn't. So what do you think? Should his payments have been reduced, or did the judge get it exactly right? If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Leroy's my husband, and we're divorced, but we're live back together because we're trying to reconcile.
Okay, well, that's good.
All right, guys, this one's messy from the start. You've got a divorced couple trying to fix things by moving back in together, but instead of rebuilding, it's turning into chaos. 3 kids caught in the middle, money problems, and zero communication. And now, she's dragging him to court for child support while they're still living under the same roof. Yeah, this is about to go sideways real fast.
The problem is he's not working, and we have 3 kids.
Okay, how old are the kids?
5,
What you
7.
mean I ain't working?
Sir, I will give you an opportunity to speak in just a moment.
You see why we're divorced?
But you guys are back together trying to work it out,
I'm
right?
working. I'm driving the truck. I don't drive it every day, maybe two days a week or something, but I'm still working. That's working.
2 days a week?
That's something. You spending the money.
So right here, the core issue starts to reveal itself. She says he's not working, but he immediately pushes back saying he is working, just not consistently. This is where courts get tricky. Child support isn't about feelings, it's about verifiable income and living arrangements. And already, you can feel the tension building because neither side is clearly aligned on the truth.
I'm looking for a full-time job, but
It's
you are
an
working
interesting
though.
I'm
relationship.
making the money. I'm supposed to spend it.
You said
And you
I
guys
wasn't
live.
working.
You guys live together right now.
Well, see,
temporary
well, the
job.
reason I let him back in, it's expensive. Childcare is expensive. So
Okay.
I just decided.
So
He
let me ask
wanted
the
to try to
question
make it
again.
work.
Let me ask the question again. How old are the kids?
5, 7, and 10.
5, 7, 10. Okay.
Now listen closely. She admits she let him move back in mainly because childcare is expensive. That's not reconciliation, that's survival. And courts can see that difference instantly. This isn't about love or rebuilding a relationship, it's about convenience. And when that's the foundation, things usually collapse under pressure, just like we're seeing here.
And you all live together with the kids.
Yes, and he agreed. We talked about it, and he agreed that this would be a good arrangement, and
Only
he
I
would.
did that
he would.
'cause you
Hold on,
tried.
1 second,
Let me
sir.
finish,
Excuse me.
please.
Excuse me.
Don't talk.
Ma'am,
Yes.
do not, sir,
Yes, Your Honor.
do not talk to her, and definitely do not interrupt me, either of you. Understood?
Yes,
I
Your Honor.
understand, but now
You will
whether
get
he
your
understands,
opportunity
different
to
story.
speak in just a moment. Now,
Yeah.
Judge steps in hard here, and for good reason. When both parties keep interrupting each other, it signals emotional instability and lack of control. In court, that's a red flag. Judges rely on structure and respect. The moment that breaks down, your credibility starts dropping fast, and both of them are doing damage to their own case right now.
again, you guys live in the same house with the kids, and you're trying to reconcile this thing.
Only because of the kids. I didn't
Only
tell
because
him
of the
that,
kids.
but that's
Well, that's
really,
not a bad.
That's
I
really
mean,
my reason.
You know, if you're doing it because you believe it's in the best interest of the children, great. I don't see how that household works with you guys arguing like that, but you know,
I'm
that
trying
has
to save
nothing to
money
do with me.
for childcare.
I understand. So, sir, now's your opportunity to speak. Is what she's saying?
This is where things get even more interesting. She claims they're trying to reconcile for the kids. And the judge actually acknowledges that as a good intention, but then immediately questions how that's possible when they're arguing like this in front of the children. That's a powerful legal insight. Courts always prioritize the child's emotional environment, not just financial support.
Accurate. You all live
Basically,
together?
We live together. She right. I came back for the kids, just to help them out. That's the only reason I came back. She ain't telling all.
That's not the only reason. Come on.
What's the other reason I
Ma'am,
come back?
didn't
Oh,
you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Please do not
The
interrupt.
only reason I come back is for the kids to, she needs. I'm not working full time. She needs somebody to take care of the kids. They are my kids.
What do you
so
mean you're not working full time?
Excuse me.
Oh.
That will be the
I'm
last
working 2
time you
days
have
a
an
week.
outburst.
Yes,
Now the father finally gets his full chance to speak, and he flips the narrative. He says he came back only for the kids. That's important legally because it frames him as involved, not absent. But emotionally, that line hits different. Because if that's true, then what does that say about the relationship between them?
And that would be the last time you talk to her. And I would just dismiss your case, and you guys can go and work this out
I'm
somehow.
trying to explain it to her. She keep interrupting me.
Well, explain it to me. We're not. I already told you both. We're not gonna have these disruptions.
Let me tell you what's really happening here. She's mad because I went to Cabo 2 weeks ago and
That was a week
told her I
ago.
was going. She said, go ahead, go. So I went down to Cabo. Well, we get in a big argument over the phone.
This is where the real conflict explodes. The Cabo trip. Suddenly, this isn't just about money or kids. It's about trust, jealousy, and unresolved issues. What started as a legal case is now turning into a relationship breakdown live in court. And honestly, this is where most cases lose focus and spiral.
What did you go to Cabo for?
I went down there to relax, have a good time, do a little party
Oh,
and stuff.
wow.
You know, I work
Okay.
hard when I ain't working on my job. I'm taking care of the kids, clean, mopping the floors, clean the bathroom, everything.
Sound like a good man.
Your Honor, can we stop
I need a
this?
break too. So anyway, I go down there. She think I'm down there cheating on her, playing around on her and stuff. So he get mad, blowing my phone up. I say, well, she cried talking about what's going on. I say, well, what you mean what's going on? I told her I was gonna go to Cabo. You said go on down there.
Notice how quickly the tone shifts here. He casually admits he went and enjoyed himself, while she clearly felt disrespected. That disconnect is huge. In court, emotional context matters, but it doesn't override legal facts. And right now, both of them are mixing personal drama with legal expectations, which rarely ends well. Jolly.
Enjoy yourself. You know, so that's what I did.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I sure did.
Okay,
you know.
well, good.
But
Well,
she
good.
think I was cheating on her down there. You
Okay.
know? Well, I need a break.
Well, you guys
know,
are
I'm
already
taking
divorced.
Care of kids while she trying to work. I'm taking care of kids.
Well, you
know.
all are already divorced. So at this point, you're asking that he be placed on child support, correct?
Correct.
Okay. No, that's not happening.
Here comes the key legal ruling, and it's simple but powerful. The judge shuts it down instantly. You cannot claim child support when both parents are living together with the kids. That's the law. Child support assumes separation of households. So legally, her entire case collapses in this moment. One decision and everything changes.
There is no
So,
way.
well-
There is no way that he can be placed on child support and the kids live in the same home
That's
as
right.
him. That's
That's right.
So
that
I just
cannot
need to
happen.
kick him out again then.
You know, that's
That
up to
way
you.
he'll
That-
get a job and I can get some money.
That's up to you on what you all decide to do. But as of today, as for now, I cannot place him on child support and the kids
That's what I
reside
told you.
under the.
You didn't
Excuse
tell me
me.
that.
You
I
know
tried
what?
to tell you that.
Man.
You know what? I'm going to go
tried to
ahead
tell
and
you
tell
that.
you what I'm going to do.
I'm sorry.
The answer is no to
Sorry,
you.
Joanna.
No, don't be sorry. Be careful. Okay.
Okay,
Now I've
yes,
already given you instructions.
Yes, ma'am.
And both of you have deliberately disregarded what I said.
But instead of accepting that, she pivots. Now she's talking about kicking him out. This is where things get risky. Because what she's really asking is how to manipulate the situation to qualify for support. And judges can see through that instantly. That's why the tone from the bench starts getting sharper here.
You can't get child support and the kids reside in the same home as he. Okay.
That's fine. I got
Okay,
my
so-
plan already.
So here,
You ain't got no
okay. Well,
plan.
here's the plan for this for today. Do you have any?
Yes.
One. What is it?
Can I kick him out without?
I'm not answering that question. Do you have any other questions in regards to what I said?
Yes.
What is that?
And now the judge is done entertaining it. When she starts asking about throwing his clothes out, it crosses from legal inquiry into petty retaliation. The judge recognizes it immediately and calls it out as a waste of time. That's a big moment, because once a judge feels you're not serious, your chances of help drop to zero.
Is it still legal? Like I can just throw his clothes on the curb and then?
Okay,
I can
I'll go
legally-
ahead. I see you came here.
won't get in
Excuse
trouble.
me. I see you came here to waste my time.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll move along.
just need
Sir,
some
do
more
you have
money.
any other questions? No, it's a yes or no. Do you have any other questions about what I just said
I
about
ain't
my
got,
ruling?
no, I ain't got no question what you said. 'cause
Okay, the
she-
plan is for you guys to leave my courtroom because you are dismissed.
And just like that, case dismissed. What started as a child support claim turned into a full breakdown of a relationship exposed in front of the court. The law was clear, but emotions got in the way. And maybe that's the real lesson here. So what do you think? Should she have handled this differently? If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay. Amelia Shaw, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So our daughter has been living with me for 2 years. We're separated, and she's currently not paying any child support. And like I thought maybe she would grow up, but I guess it's time to force her hand. So.
All right, guys, this one's gonna hit hard. You've got a parent raising a child alone for 2 years, and the other parent not paying a single dollar in support. But here's where it gets crazy. Her excuse isn't poverty, it's priorities. What happens when personal lifestyle choices collide with legal responsibility? And more importantly, can you really choose when to be a parent?
Okay. Any reason why you're not paying child support?
She makes a lot more money than I do.
Okay. Is that your only reason? You know it doesn't really work like that, right?
Well, I spend a lot of time, I'm trying to build my career. I'm a hairstylist.
Okay.
So
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I travel a lot. I don't have a lot of extra money.
Right away, you can see the first legal crack in her argument. She claims the other parent makes more money, like that cancels her obligation. But child support doesn't work like that. It's not about who earns more, it's about shared responsibility. The court isn't asking who's richer, it's asking who's contributing. And right now, she's contributing nothing.
When she says she travels a lot, she's at music festivals like every other weekend.
Every other weekend is a bit excessive.
It's networking. I'm trying to do hair for bands.
Let me ask you a question. How much are these trips costing you every other weekend?
Close to $1,000.
Close to $1,000, and you're going twice a month?
Yeah, sometimes.
You're spending $2,000 a month to go to music festivals.
Now listen closely, because this is where the case starts to flip. She admits she's traveling constantly. Music festivals, networking, spending serious money. That's not just a lifestyle choice anymore. That becomes financial evidence. And the judge is already connecting the dots. If you can afford luxury, you can afford your child.
When you could be paying child support. So that means you can afford to pay child support, right?
Well,
Yeah, that means that, right?
I mean, probably.
So what's the reason that you're not paying? Because it can't be that she makes more money when you obviously have the finances to do it.
Well, if I'm being honest,
This is a critical courtroom moment. The judge isn't guessing, she's calculating. 2 trips a month, about $1,000 each. That's $2,000 gone. And suddenly, the entire defense collapses. Because now the question isn't, can she pay? It's, why is she choosing not to? That shift right there, that's what wins cases.
I would hope you are.
when we talked about having a kid, she was sort of more enthusiastic about it than I
Okay.
was.
I'm the biological mother.
I'm trying to
also
figure out,
biologically related.
but I'm trying to figure out what does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's kind of more on her, if you think of.
Are you kidding me?
Well, if you.
And then she says something that makes the entire courtroom pause. She suggests the child is more on the other parent because she wanted the baby more. That's not just weak, it's legally irrelevant. Parenthood isn't a preference contract, it's a permanent responsibility. Once you say yes, there's no refund, no opt-out.
Because I gave birth to
I don't even understand what's going on right now. What do you mean that it's kind of more on her? It's your child too.
Wanted it more?
But you wanted it too, right?
Yeah, you were on board with this.
I was.
So you're going to still be on board with paying child support then, because it's still your child. You don't get to pick and choose when you want to be a parent. It doesn't work like that. If you can spend $2,000 a month to go to music festivals, you can definitely pay her child support.
Judge shuts it down instantly, and for good reason. This is where law meets reality. You don't get to pick when you show up as a parent. You don't get weekends off from responsibility. And the moment the judge says you don't get to pick and choose, that's the moment the case is effectively over.
And if you're out of town every other weekend, how are you seeing that child as much
She
as you
doesn't.
proclaim? That doesn't make sense.
I FaceTime.
She's drunk when she FaceTimes. Half the time I can't hand the phone over.
Indulge from time to time.
Right,
It's not
and
that
I am not buying anything that you're over there talking about. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get straight into the child support, and you are going to pay, okay?
We see the emotional side creeping in. FaceTime calls, missed moments, accusations of being drunk. But here's the legal truth. Emotional parenting doesn't replace financial support. You can't substitute presence, or lack of it, for responsibility. And the judge? She's not buying any of it.
And I know you have the money, because according to your tax returns here, you make about $800 a week, right? Okay. So I have your gross at about $3,200 a month. So you can afford to pay child support because...
This is where things turn mathematical and deadly accurate. The judge pulls out the income records. $800 a week. That's about $3,200 a month. And once those numbers hit the table, excuses don't matter anymore. Because numbers don't lie, and they don't care about your lifestyle.
You're spending $2,000 of that to go out of town, and that's based on what you said. That's not based on any calculation yet, okay? All right? How many children?
Just one.
Just one child? Okay. So I have your net at $2,474.58. Who pays health insurance?
We have Medicaid.
Medicaid? Okay. So Medicaid has to be reimbursed to the state because that is a state benefit.
Now watch how structured the system is. The court calculates net income, factors in Medicaid, and applies a percentage formula. This isn't random, it's standardized law. That 9% reimbursement, that's accountability to the state. Because when the state supports your child, you owe the state back.
So you are the one who is going to reimburse that money to the state. So what I have to do is take 9% of your gross, and that'll give me the health insurance amount that you'll reimburse to Medicaid. Comes out to $288. So when you add that to your monthly child support obligation of $494.92, that gets $782.92.
And just like that, the final number lands, $782.92 a month. Notice how precise it is. That's the court saying, this isn't emotional, this is calculated responsibility. And compared to $2,000 spent on festivals, this payment suddenly looks more than reasonable. That contrast, it's devastating.
A month?
Yeah. You spend $2,000 a month, right? Yeah, exactly. So you can afford it.
I think one music festival.
And maybe you should take your daughter with you to the music festival.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Oh.
I don't trust that.
Oh. Well, you know, now that she's paying child support, you really can't dictate what she does on her weekends. It's kind of how it works.
I just don't think that's a safe environment for a 3-year-old to be in.
Here's the twist most people miss. The judge shifts to visitation. Even after everything, the paying parent still has rights. That's the law separating money from access. You can't deny a parent their child just because you don't trust their lifestyle. And that's a tough reality for many people to accept.
May not be, but until something actually happens, you can't dictate that. You wanted child support, you gave rights. You pretty much gave birth to a visitation rights. You understand?
Yeah.
And child support and custody are completely different. So that doesn't mean at any point, if she stops paying, that you can start denying her access to the child. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You all understand? Okay, anything further?
No, ma'am.
Anything further from you? Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
In the end, this case wasn't about income, it was about priorities. One parent showed up every day, the other showed up at festivals. And the court made it clear, you don't get to escape responsibility just because it's inconvenient. But what do you think? Should lifestyle choices matter in custody and support decisions? If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Okay, Mr. Tummy, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, for one, we should have been here a long time ago, but someone keeps delaying. Anyway, yes, really. You want to start this here? Okay, we could have started this a long time ago. Okay.
Stop, okay?
Mr. Tommy and ma'am, really? I mean, the last time I checked, I was the judge. I was asking the questions.
All right, guys, this one starts tense right out the gate. You've got a custody and child support battle that's already been dragging for months, and both sides clearly came in heated. But here's the thing, when a judge immediately checks attitude like this, you already know emotions are about to collide with cold legal reality. And trust me, what comes next only gets more explosive.
I should be the only person in here with a neck rolling and attitude.
I'm sorry,
Don't be sorry, just don't do it again. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, do you understand?
Yes.
I understand that tensions are high. Anytime you're talking about children and money, tensions are going to be high. But you all need to try at least. Okay, thank you. Now, continue, sir.
Okay. Well, she gave me money. I don't know the exact amount, but I know it was once. And
One time?
Yes. It's
For
not.
how many kids?
This right here is a power reset. The judge is reminding them, this isn't a personal argument, it's a courtroom. And legally, tone matters. If you come in with attitude, you instantly lose credibility. Quick clue, judges don't just listen to what you say, they judge how you say it. And right now, both sides are already hurting their case.
2.
Okay.
And they're in my care right now, and I go full-time to a film school. It's a great film school, but it's very expensive. And I am a trust fund baby. That I realize that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. But it's running out, and I am scared that I can't afford need because they're talking about wanting to go into the same thing that I'm doing. And that scares me, for one, because it's very expensive.
Are you paying for school out of that trust too?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
Now listen carefully. The father is basically saying, I have custody, but I'm struggling financially. That's important. In child support law, whoever has the kids most of the time usually receives support. But here's the twist. He admits he's a trust fund baby. That detail? It's about to change how you see everything. Would you trust his claim of financial struggle?
Not that you would like.
Okay, well, please, thank you for saving me from that. This case has been pending for a long time. 6 months is a long time. And he says that you keep on delaying it. So I need to know what delay.
Your Honor, the delay is because he don't even need to have the kids. The only reason why he got the kids anyway was because his mama and daddy in that damn trust fund. Okay, and then on top of that, he put a case on me.
Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad that I don't have a trust fund. I got my pension and my retirement, but the
so
problem
you
is
have a
he's
pension?
spoiled.
Please keep talking.
He's
you have
spoiled.
A pension,
he's spoiled.
and you have
He
a
need to get-
retirement. Okay.
And now we hear the mother's side, and it comes in hot. She's not just denying delay, she's attacking his character. But here's a key legal clue. None of that matters unless it affects the children. Courts don't care about personal resentment, they care about who provides and who pays. Still, her accusations hint at something much deeper going on.
But the children live with him, and it sounds like you're big mad.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad behind that. Okay.
What are you upset about?
I'm
exactly?
upset because he pulled the wool over my eyes. Okay.
Okay.
When we first hooked up, all right, I told him what it was that I wanted to be a cop. I always wanted to be a cop, right?
All right.
So he pulls a trick and then ends up getting me pregnant.
What does pull a trick mean?
He poked holes in the condom.
Okay, well.
And now I got twins. I had the kids originally, but because him and his family got money and he got that stupid trust, guess what? He went and lied. Now he got custody. So it's been taking so long.
Wait, did you catch that? She's alleging manipulation, pregnancy deception, and even a custody battle influenced by money. That's serious, but here's the reality. Unless proven, it won't affect child support. Family court separates emotion from evidence. So the real question is she telling a story or proving a case?
We've been back and forth out of custody court, and then not to mention he put a case on me because I shot him in his ass. He's an asshole. That's why I shot him.
No, you shot me in the leg, and it hurt, and the medical bills
it was
are still
your
piling
ass.
up.
Stop,
Thank you very much. Okay.
Stop.
You know what? Both of you stop, because this is a lot. I hope you guys do not do this in front of your children. This is absolutely ridiculous. I understand that you're upset, ma'am, but the first thing you're gonna do is learn how to speak.
And then things take a wild turn. She admits to shooting him. This is exactly where emotional chaos can destroy your credibility. No matter what happened, admitting violence in court, that immediately shifts how the judge sees you. At this point, the legal focus moves away from blame and straight into responsibility.
Without cursing, okay? That's the first thing you're gonna learn how to do. Because trust me, it's a whole lot of stuff that I wanna say up here, but I don't say it. So you're gonna learn how to behave. And stop shooting people. Just because you have a gun, that does not give you the right to go around shooting people, okay? Whether it's in his behind or it was in his leg, you should not be going around shooting people.
His behind.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, well, either way, all I need to know about is the money. And you said you did a whole lot. You talked about you being a cop. You said pension. You said retirement. That is music to my ears dealing with child support, okay? So what I need to know, okay, thanks.
This is a critical moment. The judge shuts everything down and redirects the case back to what actually matters, the children. That's the golden rule in family court. Not revenge, not past drama, just the kids. If you miss that, you lose. Simple as that. Did you notice how fast the judge cut through the noise?
Hold on. What I need to know, he said you gave him money one time. Is that true?
No.
It's a yes or a no.
That's not true.
So how much money have you given him total?
About $3,000.
About $3,000. Whether it happened one time or not, all I need is the amount. How much money do you?
$57,000.
$57,000. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Who covers health insurance for the children?
I do.
Okay, how much is health?
Now we finally get to numbers, and this is where cases are won or lost. Income, contributions, insurance, these are the real weapons in child support court. She tries to minimize payments, but the judge is building a financial picture step by step. And once that calculation starts, there's no escaping it.
Insurance.
It's $68.
$68. Okay. You about $5 off. I have 63.
Well, 60.
check.
Okay, it's 63.
Okay,
telling you.
$63, okay? $5, it doesn't make a big difference. Excuse me. I'm not gonna ask you again to stop trying to do it. You do not apologize to me again. I just need you to sit over there and be quiet and let me calculate these numbers, okay? And sir, I'm going to need you to just leave her alone, okay? I do not need her to shoot you in this courtroom, okay? So, based on that $57,000 a year.
Watch how the judge controls the room here. No interruptions, no side comments, just calculation. This is how authority works in court. And here's a key insight. Once the judge starts calculating support, the outcome becomes almost mechanical. Emotion is gone. Now it's math and law.
We're going to, your gross is $4,700, that's correct. Giving you credit for the $63 that you pay in health insurance, that brings your net to $3,864.83, okay? Child support, $966.21.
A month?
Yeah, B. You want me to make it a week? I mean, I wish I had the authority to do that, but
Your
I
Honor,
don't.
I put my life on the line every day,
And you know
I
what?
gotta
And
pay for this bum. Like, my kid's supposed to be with me
And-
anyway.
Are you
Guess
kidding me
what?
right now?
Excuse me, Mr.
He
Tommy.
not
I
gonna
can
use that
handle
for the
this.
kid.
Listen here. I applaud you for going out and putting your life on the line every single day. But just like a lot of people out here, they put their lives on the line too when you are raising children. You have to worry about their safety. You have to worry about their welfare when they're no longer in your possession. So it's a lot of people out here have other people dependent on them, okay?
I understand.
So if you understand, well, let me go ahead and help you understand a little bit further what else you...
Boom, $966 a month. And you can see the shock instantly. But here's the truth. Child support isn't about fairness between adults. It's about obligation to the kids. She tries to argue her job risk, but the judge shuts that down fast. Because legally, risk doesn't cancel responsibility.
You have to do, because I haven't finished yet. $966.21 is your monthly obligation. However, this case has been delayed a lot because of you. So I'm going to make your child support amount retroactive for the past 6 months. So giving you credit for that $3,000 that you testified to, and he said that you've given him some money. You said it was $3,000. I'm going to take your word for that $3,000. Your retroactive child support or back pay, whichever one you want to call it, comes down to $2,448 that you owe in back pay, and I'm going to make that payable at $55 a month. All right? So payable at $55 a month added to your child support obligation.
And now comes the part most people don't expect, back pay. Because the case was delayed, she now owes retroactive support. This is huge. A lot of people think delaying helps them, but it often makes things worse. Now she's paying monthly plus catching up. Did this moment just flip the entire case for you?
Your monthly obligation is $1,021.21. I don't need you looking confused or anything like that, because you have a pension and you have a retirement. I need you to pinch from it and keep living. That's all I
I'm
need
not
you
even
to do.
invested. So
Well, you know what?
Invested in your kids?
I'm not, listen, it ain't about my
that?
kids
You
now.
know what,
hear
Mr.
that?
Tommy,
need
do
to
you have
stop.
any?
No, you've been more than helpful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Ma'am, is there anything else that I could help you with here today?
I just want to make sure my kids get the money. I don't want to pay for his education.
Well, you know what?
He sucks.
You said it. Well, you know what? He ain't sucked that bad when y'all was in the bed. So
The condom
go
was
ahead. Well, you know what? That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with anything now, because the children are here. They live with him. You're going to be responsible for taking care of them.
And just like that, the judge brings it home. It doesn't matter how messy the past was. The kids live with him, so she pays. That's the law. No excuses, no distractions. This case went from emotional chaos to a clean legal outcome in minutes. So now I've got to ask you, did the judge get this right, or was something overlooked? If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay. Mr. Hawkins, you brought this case court.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's going on?
I just recently found out that she's...
Alright guys, this one's gonna hit a little different. A retired teacher, a severance check, and a courtroom that slowly turns from calm to completely awkward. What starts as a simple child support discussion quickly spirals into something much deeper: money, emotions, and unexpected obsession. Watch closely because this judge isn't just calculating numbers, she's reading the room, and something feels very off here.
Just decided to retire now, and she's getting severance pay. And
She just decided, wait a minute, let me stop you. She just decided to retire. So she's
no,
still.
not just decided to retire. I just found out that she was retiring. I knew she was close to retirement time. So, but I didn't know she was retiring now.
Right here, you can already feel the shift. The father casually reveals that the mother just retired, and that changes everything legally. Retirement isn't just a life decision, it directly affects income calculations in child support cases. The real question is, did she retire strategically to reduce payments, or is this just timing? Because in court, intent can matter just as much as numbers.
Well, it's around $20,000.
Around $20,000, okay.
Yes, I'm not sure the exact thing because it's not mine, so.
How many kids do you all have?
We have one.
One child?
Yes,
Okay.
one little girl.
Okay, one little girl. How old is she? 17? Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay, you almost have her out the house.
Taking her butt to the military.
Okay, okay. Ma'am, how much is the severance pay that you have?
Well, it is.
What amount is it, ma'am?
It's.
Now we get into the financial core of the case. A $25,000 severance package and a $52,000 salary. Those aren't small figures. And here's the key legal insight. Courts don't ignore lump sum payments. Severance, bonuses, even one-time payouts, they can all be treated as income. So when she says, "I'm just a teacher, we struggle," the judge isn't buying the full picture.
25,000.
Okay, and how much are you making as a teacher right now?
52, thereabouts. Not as much as him, though.
How much does he make? Why are you
He's
talking
so
to him like that? Why are you referring to him like that?
Well, Chris is just a great guy. He does well. He's very smart, aren't you, Chris?
Okay, do you guys, do you all need to be here today? It sounds like you have other business that you probably need to attend to.
No, Your Honor. This,
You
we
still
broke
have my
up
number.
quite a while ago.
Okay.
I'm remarried now.
Okay.
Suddenly, things get personal. Notice how she shifts from legal answers to praising him, calling him smart, great, almost admiring him in court. This is where the dynamic becomes uncomfortable. The judge immediately shuts it down because court isn't about emotions or admiration, it's about responsibility. But you have to ask, is this affecting her credibility right now?
So
I think this is just some theater going on. So
ma'am, are you aware that he's married?
I've heard some talk.
Okay, he just told you he's married.
Oh,
Okay, so we're going to stick to why we're here. We're not here for you to tell your love story about him, okay? This is for us to talk about you paying child support. Now, your daughter, who does she live
Our
with?
love child. Yes.
Okay, your love child. Who does your love child live with?
Chris.
Okay, and she's been living with Chris, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, and
Here's a critical turning point. The judge redirects everything back to the actual issue, child support. Not relationships, not feelings, not past history. Just one question, who is supporting the child? And the answer is clear, the father. That alone sets the legal foundation. Because in family court, custody and financial responsibility go hand in hand.
since she's been living with you, Mr. Hawkins, have you been receiving any type of child support?
Yes, we have. It's around $227 now.
Okay.
And I've been just putting that in a trust for our daughter, so she'll be able to get that once she's older.
Okay.
So I'm just right now just wanting this money, so it goes to her. So when she ends up leaving, go and do what she has to do, she has the money. So I'm not trying to break her or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just to help support my daughter.
This moment actually strengthens the father's position. He's not just receiving support, he's saving it for the child's future. That signals responsibility and intent, which judges take very seriously. It shows he's not exploiting the system. Instead, he's planning ahead. And that contrast makes the mother's position look even weaker.
Well, I hope you wouldn't, because she seems pretty infatuated with you. Ma'am, so what I'm going to do is calculate your child support, okay? So your child support, I have at the $52,000 a year. That's what you currently make as a teacher.
Yes.
Okay. Your gross is $4,400, and then that brings your net down to $3,653.78. Okay. Are you taking notes and following me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So now we have your severance pay. I can deem that as income as well. Yes, I can. You looking real confused, but I can, and I am. Okay. So $25,000. We have your gross at $2,100. Okay.
Now comes the technical part, but this is where cases are won or lost. The judge starts calculating income step by step, breaking down gross and net earnings. This isn't random, it's a formula-based system. And when the judge says she concludes severance as income, that's not optional. That's legal authority in action.
And then your net at $1,823.23. Okay, do you understand? Is there anything wrong with the numbers?
Well, you know, I'm a teacher, so we struggle. You know, 50, that's not a lot of money that I live on. You understand, I'm sure.
Well, I understand, but I also understand that this child has been living with Mr. Hawkins, and you understand that child support is based on a calculation, right? Right?
Look at her reaction: confusion, hesitation, even discomfort. That's because many people don't realize how broad income is in family law. It's not just your paycheck. It's everything you receive financially. So when she tries to minimize her earnings, the judge pushes back hard. Because legally, the numbers don't lie.
Right.
Okay, and any income, anything that is considered income it can be calculated in terms of calculating what your child support should be. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so based on that, I have a combined net of $5,477.01. Yes, ma'am. And then that brings, well, let me back up. I see here that you all both carry health insurance on the child?
Yes.
Okay, both double insured. Okay, so you all just maintain that.
Here's the reality check. The judge explains it clearly. Child support isn't about personal hardship. It's about the child's needs. Even if someone feels they're struggling, the court prioritizes the child's stability. So when both parents carry insurance and income is combined, the system recalculates everything. Fairness isn't emotional here, it's mathematical.
After a while, she'll fall off anyway because she'll be an adult. So I have your child support amount at $1,095.40. But I also heard you. Are you okay, ma'am?
Yes.
You're hyperventilating over there. Are you okay?
Well, Chris has that effect on me, but
Oh, you know what? I'm not even about to entertain that. I shouldn't have asked. That was the wrong question. I do apologize. Mr. Hawkins, say that the two of you were cordial.
Yes, it's
okay, because what I did, I also calculated what your child support would be a month as well, because
But then, the moment that changes the tone completely. The hyperventilating, the emotional reaction, and that comment, Chris has that effect on me. At this point, it's no longer just awkward, it's inappropriate for the courtroom, and the judge immediately pulls back. Because once emotions cross into distraction, it undermines the entire proceeding.
So based on what your child support would be, it would be like $871. Based on, the documentation that you turned in as a police officer, right?
Yes.
Does that sound right? Is that pretty accurate?
But I don't want too much stress on her because apparently it's
just don't look at her. Just keep
me.
looking at me.
So,
yeah, because it's creepy for me to even see it on my peripheral.
I can just do with $200. It's going to go to her.
$200?
This is where the case takes an unexpected turn. Despite calculating over $1,000 in support, the father steps in and asks for just $200. That's huge. Legally, he could push for more, but he chooses not to. That decision shows restraint and cooperation, which courts value. But it also raises a question. Would you have done the same?
She's got another year. It's $200.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is order child support at $200 by agreement of the parties, okay?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else? Ma'am, you know what? That's great. Why don't you have a conversation with his wife after the show, okay? Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, nothing further?
No.
Okay, you all are dismissed.
All right, thank you.
Just like that, it ends not with conflict, but with compromise. A calculated amount reduced by agreement, emotions left hanging in the air, and judge who kept control the entire time. This case wasn't just about money, it was about behavior, perception, and choices. If this stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
I'm Judge Brian D. Woodard, and ma'am, you brought this case before me. Matter of fact, before I get started on anything, I see your both last names are Campbell.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. So what is your first name?
Campbell.
Kelly Campbell.
Yes.
And you, ma'am?
I'm Rochelle, but you can call me Ro.
Okay, Rowan and
Kelly.
Kelly, okay. Kelly Rowan, let me go there, because if I forget it, because...
This one's gonna hit hard because what starts as a custody argument quickly turns into something way deeper: responsibility, neglect, and straight up bad decisions. You've got one woman claiming she stepped up for a child, and another trying to explain why leaving a 6-year-old alone in extreme heat was somehow okay. But here's the real question: is this about love or convenience?
Rowan Kelly. All right, so let's get started. So go ahead and tell me about this.
My name is Kelly Campbell, the best project manager the city has to offer. I brought my cousin to court because she's attempting to want to get involved in her son's life all of a sudden.
Right away, you can feel the tension building. The judge isn't just listening, he's reading the energy. And when someone opens with "she's childish and irresponsible," that sets the tone. But in court, it's not about insults, it's about proof. And the judge is already steering this away from emotions into facts.
But her choices, they're poor. She has childish behavior, and she's not taking care of her responsibilities.
She's not taking care of her responsibilities. Does she have children with you, or living with you, or?
She has a son, 6 years old.
6 years old?
Yes.
And so what makes a child?
Just,
girl,
she
I'm
wanna be in
grown.
these streets. She's
Girl,
from
Hold
grown.
on one second. We're gonna get to that
I'm
part.
real grown.
Okay, Miss Grown. One thing about it is grown people don't have to tell other grown people that they're grown. So just wait till I get to you, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this train moving. But I'm gonna get to you.
Yes, sir.
Miss Rowe. Yeah, R-O, really obvious. All right, let's go.
If
Let's
you
go.
could change the R to a...
Now this is where things start getting serious. We're not talking about small parenting mistakes. We're hearing about a child living in extreme heat, poor conditions, and basic needs not being met. Legally, this isn't just bad judgment. This can cross into neglect. And that's exactly why the judge is paying close attention.
Crossing, you're going to be heard. I promise you're going to be heard. But being heard this way is not going to fly. So let's go ahead and continue without any interruptions. Ms. Rowe, when it's time for you to go, I will go back to you, Ms. Rowe.
Yes.
But for right now, please keep quiet. Can we do that? Let's get this show back on the road.
Thank you, because she's rude.
I didn't ask about what she is. I'm just asking you to go ahead and continue to tell me what you're going to do.
I stand corrected.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Let's go.
As I mentioned, her 6-year-old is in very poor conditions. Circulating hot air with hot air is not going to fly. As I mentioned, the temperatures are high. She leaves a bowl of noodles, chicken flavor, for her son, Capri Suns that aren't refrigerated. He's so behind educationally. All he know how to do is whoa. It's just a lot going on. I don't like it, and I am going to be the provider for her child. And that's it.
This moment right here is critical. The cousin isn't just complaining, she's asking for full custody. That's a huge legal step. Courts don't take children away lightly. So for her to make that request, she's basically saying, this child is not safe where he is. And now the burden of proof just got real.
See that she's truly childish, lax.
I didn't ask for insults. I said, is there anything that you want to tell me?
I didn't know that was an insult. It's really factual. No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, see, this is going to be a challenge. Whew, don't you know? Miss Rowe, let's go.
Okay, so they keep saying I'm crazy, right? They took my baby from me and gave it to her because I had a little date. I spent the block. I left him at the house by himself.
You spent the what?
The block. We went to Perry. Me and his, he was tall, dark, and I'm bringing him a pork chop special back. So I went on this little date, left him at the house by himself. I gave him some noodles, a Capri Sun, and they call themselves saying, oh, you can't leave the baby at the house by himself. I'm like, look, he was good. It was just for like 2 hours. I was gonna be right back, and I was gonna bring him back.
Wait a minute, how long?
And here comes the turning point, because instead of defending herself properly, the mother starts explaining her decisions, and it's already sounding shaky. Leaving your child alone for just 2 hours might sound small, but in the eyes of the law, context is everything. And this context, it's not looking good.
Like 2 hours? We
2
had
hours.
reservations, so we're gonna get right in.
So you made reservations and you left your child with her for just 2 hours. Was it just for that night,
It
or
was
was it?
not 2 hours, Your Honor. It was
Okay.
hours
All right.
plus 2 bonus hours because she wanted to have a rendezvous.
All right, hold on one second. Okay, continue this. Yeah, this
Thank
is
you.
interesting. I really want to hear this one.
She think because she got a pool.
Well,
in her
I ain't
backyard.
worried about that. Let's get to the facts.
Okay,
Go ahead.
sorry. So I spent the block, ran to the Bears with the fella. You know what I'm saying? He was far. Okay. So look, I'm trying to back a pork chop special. Have you had one of them Paris pork chops?
You trying to get a
It's like
stepdaddy?
this,
Listen,
it's-
you're trying to go and get a stepdaddy
For the
with
baby.
for a pork chop with a pork chop. Is
No,
that
I'm
how?
gonna bring him the pork chop bag.
And so you expect him to be stepdaddy because he?
Did you catch that? She left a 6-year-old alone to go on a date and thought bringing back food would somehow justify it. This is where the judge starts losing patience because parenting isn't about intentions, it's about responsibility. And right now, the logic just isn't adding up.
You bringing a pork chop because you bring. I want him to be
I'm
my
bringing the
stepdaddy.
baby.
So maybe if I give him a pork chop, he gonna be my.
Baby back a pork chop.
Oh, the baby, you bringing the baby a pork
I
chop,
went on
not the
date.
man a pork chop.
No, the man was gonna buy the baby a pork chop.
Okay.
That's how I'm taking care of him.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, man.
So me and the man went out to dinner. I get back, they all, you're not supposed to leave your baby here, this and this and this. I'm like, he's 6 years old. He got some noodles. He got a couple of Capri Suns. I cracked the window, the fan was on, so he was good.
This is the moment the case shifts from questionable to shocking. A child in 105-degree heat with just a fan and a drink? That's not supervision, that's risk. And the judge's reaction says it all. He's not just questioning her, he's trying to understand how this even made sense in her mind.
They say I'm unfit, I fight a couple people, bust a few windows, plant some tires, and they think that I can't.
Ma'am, you cannot be serious.
Dead.
Are you really serious right now? Number one, you're talking about. What? First of all, let me say this. How hot is it outside right now?
105. That's the
Hold
car.
on. I'm asking her because you're already at 105 because you're already talking. You heated up, and I understand.
I'm sorry, I'm
It's
passionate.
hot. How hot is it outside? Right?
Well, that day it was because we went at night.
I didn't
cool down
ask
a
whether
little
you
bit.
went at night or anything because it's still hot at night as well too.
I mean, about 80, 90, it cooled down.
And-
But he had a
and you-
fan.
And you got a fan. You gave the child a fan in the car.
I cracked the window.
You cracked it. So what is this child, a dog?
Now, the judge flips the perspective, and this is powerful. He asks her to imagine herself in that same situation. That's a classic courtroom move, because sometimes people don't understand consequences until they're forced to feel them. And right here, she has no good answer.
No, Caleb. He's a human.
But it's hot outside and you're going to give the child a fan. And then what
And
else?
Capri Sun.
And a Capri Sun.
Two.
Now let me ask you something. Would you want a hot car or a hot environment and somebody give you a Capri Sun?
No, I was at Paris.
You know what? Sometimes you just don't have the words to say. And I guess this is one of those times where, Lord have mercy, I do not have the words to say. Now this lady right here, Miss, what'd you say your first name was again?
Kelly with a capital K.
Miss Kelly with the capital K.
The best project
Okay,
manager.
I didn't ask if you was the best or the worst because you have no proof to tell me if you did right or wrong. It comes to those project managers or whatever else you say. You don't have to build the words up to me. Okay. If you don't want to be done that way, why do you think that it's okay to let a child sit like that and treat him like that?
For 2 hours.
It doesn't matter, but I said, would you want that done?
No, I mean, but sometimes we gotta go through stuff to get to the bigger picture. And I was working on this.
It looked like you got to the bigger picture with Paris.
I did, and that's when you know the baby was gonna come with me on there.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Setting him up.
All right. Miss Rowe, how much do you make how much you make a year?
Now we move into finances, and this changes everything. She's making $65,000 a year, but hasn't been supporting her own child consistently. That's a major legal problem, because in custody and support cases, the court looks at one thing very clearly. Are you providing for your child, yes or no?
I make 65.
65,000 a year. And doing what again?
I work for insurance.
Insurance. Insurance, yeah, this
But
calls
I'm
somebody
trying
else.
to bag a ball.
All right, so before I do anything else, quick question, because I almost forgot. So who pays the health insurance for this child?
I do.
Okay, both of y'all can't say that at the same time. So
I'm the mom. I pay. It comes out of my check, $350. I love my baby.
if all you've been talking about is pork chops.
Your Honor,
I can tell you probably been eating a lot of pork. Yes, but can you do what?
She says she loves her baby. Yeah. The only time she comes around is December the 31st to get his social so she can file him on her taxes. She's trying to get a come up.
And now the truth starts coming out. The child has been living with the cousin for over a year, with little to no support. That's huge, because legally consistency matters. If someone else has been the primary caregiver, the court starts to see them as the stable parent, regardless of biology.
A come up. She lies, Judge. She puts 8 dependents. She got 1 kid.
And so you're paying they're paying you obviously $65,000 for your income. Are you paying your cousin anything for keeping this child and taking care of this child?
What I'm paying for? She barely will give me the food stamps. She get $1,500 in the food
Okay,
stamps.
I see where this is going
I want
now,
my
man.
baby back.
Okay, yeah, there's everything. You think the world just revolves around you, because I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. So this is what, and it's obviously that, yeah, you are going to be paying something. I mean, you make $65,000 a year.
Barely.
Okay, so how long have you had the child? What's his name? Caleb.
Caleb, correct. Caleb has been with us about 1.5 years.
A year and a half?
Yes, because thank God they did a welfare check.
And you haven't received anything for a year and a half?
Absolutely not, but
This is where the judge brings it all together. He's not just reacting emotionally, he's calculating responsibility. Income, time, care, it all adds up. And when he says you can't just drop your child off and disappear, that's the core of this case. Accountability.
Excuses.
Hold on. It's not here to insult. I'm just asking questions. A year and a half, you haven't received anything.
Barely.
Okay, obviously this child is going to need to be taken care of, because, you know, everything in life, it just ain't free. You just can't drop your child off and let somebody else take care of it.
I want him back.
She's taking care of it. Okay, so how come you just now coming to court and saying that you just want him back? What happened to the past year?
I've been saying I want him back. She keep dragging me through the mud.
Dragging you through the
I'm unfit. I'm very fit. I go to
Ma'am,
the
I'm just going to say this. When you're talking about caviar and stuff like that, obviously you have other reasons. So this is what we're going to do. So
fit. Are you? Judge,
hold on, ladies, hold on. Because we're not going to go there. Y'all sound like my family during Christmas time. So Miss Ro Campbell, you see, you make $65,000 a year, okay? You paying by your cousin $350. Your gross is $5,417, and 20% of that, with your net, is $4,401.57.
At the end of the day, this case wasn't just about custody, it was about choices. One person stepped up, the other stepped away. And the court made it clear, parenting isn't optional. If this case shocked you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe, because stories like this, they happen more often than you think.
You all may be seated. Ms. Proctor, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
My husband is extremely supportive of the children and me, and
your husband? Are you guys currently married?
my ex-husband.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I would like to reduce the amount that he has to pay, because he's paying more than he should.
All right, guys, this one starts calm, almost too calm. A mother walks into court asking to reduce child support instead of increasing it, praising her ex like he's the perfect father who provides everything. On the surface, this looks like one of those rare peaceful cases, but here's the truth. When things feel this perfect in court, there's usually something deeper hiding underneath. And what's coming next is going to completely flip this situation.
He takes care of the children's everything we need. He provides very well for us, and I have my own job, and so it would really make me happy, Your Honor, if you could reduce the agreement that we have from $1,426.56 a month to $415 a month, please.
Is that what you all agreed to, the $415?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, from a legal perspective, this is a big move. She's asking to drop child support from over $1,400 down to just $415. That's a massive reduction. The judge immediately checks if both parties agree, because courts don't just accept deals blindly. They have to make sure it's fair and not forced. So the real question here is this truly an agreement, or is someone being pressured into it?
All right. And what else does Dad pay for?
He covers any extracurricular that the children would like to do. Anything that they want, they get.
Okay.
And he covers their health insurance. He's an excellent father.
Okay, so you say he covers.
Listen carefully to how she describes the father, covering extracurriculars, health insurance, basically everything. And legally that matters because extra expenses can justify lowering child support. But here's the red flag. She doesn't even know the actual numbers. She literally says she'll agree to whatever he says. That's not financial awareness, that's dependency. And in court, that can be a serious concern.
Extracurricular activities.
Yes, ma'am.
Health insurance. How much is health insurance?
I don't know. He would have all of the numbers for whatever he says I will agree with.
Okay, that is pretty generous to be covering the extracurricular activities. Is there anything else that he pays for?
Anything that they need, he takes care of.
Okay.
Right here, the judge is doing what every good judge does, building a financial picture. Child support isn't based on emotions, it's based on income, expenses, and the needs of the children. The judge is gathering facts before locking anything in, because once a court order is signed, it becomes legally binding. And changing it later, that's not easy at all.
Okay, and what are the ages of the children?
1.5. I was pregnant when we got divorced. We have a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
Okay. All right, that's a nice little, it sounds like the Brady Bunch. Okay, so is there anything else you need me to know before I move over to him?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and sir, will you agree to everything that she's been saying, that that's you all's agreement?
It is. We didn't have a court-ordered thing. It was just something that we...
At this point, both sides are agreeing, and normally, judges love to see this kind of cooperation. No fighting, no drama, just a mutual understanding. But sometimes what looks like peace is actually silence. And silence can come from fear, pressure, or something that hasn't come out yet. Everything looks smooth right now, but it feels like something is about to break.
Came up with.
Okay, so you're paying right now, you're giving her $415 a month for the children.
Correct.
All right, and you're covering all extracurricular activities for each of them.
That's correct. That includes summer camp and baseball, everything. Yes.
Okay, so they go to summer camp every year for the whole summer?
Correct.
And how much is that?
It's about $200 per kid.
Per kid, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely, it's good that you all can come to that sort of an agreement and do that, because that's not something that happens all the time in this courtroom.
Now, the judge starts looking at the numbers, and this is where it gets serious. Based on the income presented, the father should actually be paying much more than $415 under normal guidelines. That means this agreement is likely below what the law would normally require. And that raises a big legal concern. Is this truly fair, or is something influencing this decision behind the scenes?
And I'm pretty sure in a lot of child support courtrooms around Texas, okay? So that is good you all came to that. How much is health insurance?
It's $289 a month.
$289 a month. Okay. You say you all did, this is not a court order, so this is the first time that there will be an order in place.
Correct.
So just so the court understands, make sure that you understand your child support in terms of what you were paying.
And just like that, everything changes. She suddenly interrupts and says she's not comfortable with the agreement. This is a major turning point because once someone expresses doubt in court, the judge has to take it seriously. Now the entire case shifts. Was she pressured? Was she scared? Or is something else going on? This moment completely flips the tone of the courtroom.
I believe you said that number was $1,426.56, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Based on that, your gross would have been, it is, based on the documents that you presented, your gross is about $5,000. Your net is about $4,075.88. So what I will do is go ahead and adopt
Your
the
Honor,
agreement. Yes.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt you for a moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it escalates fast. She starts making serious allegations, millions of dollars in hidden income, money laundering, even fear for her safety. These are heavy claims, and in court, accusations like this require strong evidence. But even without proof right now, the emotional intensity is undeniable. You can hear it in her voice. This isn't just about money anymore. This is about fear.
I'm really not comfortable with this agreement, but he's really mean. And if I don't agree to it,
I object, Your Honor. I'm not doing
What's
anything.
your legal objection?
I'm on the grounds that it may incriminate me.
he has, I can prove that he makes at least $4.7 million a year. I have all the account information here provided to me by his bookie. He laundries money, and I would just like to take whatever money you want to give us that's going to make him happy and give us.
Look at the dynamic now. He dismisses her as crazy, and she responds by agreeing, almost sarcastically, almost defeated. This isn't just a disagreement anymore. This is a complete emotional breakdown happening in real time. And for the judge, this creates a serious problem because now credibility becomes a major issue on both sides.
It's a protective order. The children have already gone to a safe place, and I'm going to leave as soon as I get here so he can't hurt us anymore, please.
She's crazy, Your Honor. She's crazy.
I'm crazy, yeah. That's okay, I'm crazy. I'll just agree to this.
So you're agreeing that you're crazy?
Absolutely. Whatever he says, I'll agree to.
Okay, so what you all have been doing this is go ahead and adopt the agreement between the two of you based on the documentation.
Can you maybe make sure there's some life insurance for the children so that when he kills me that they'll be taken care of?
Oh my gosh.
Judge steps in and draws a clear legal boundary. This court handles child support, not protective orders or criminal accusations. That's important because even if there are real safety concerns, they have to be handled in a different court. So the judge separates emotion from jurisdiction, sticking strictly to what this court is allowed to decide.
Not to sound insensitive, but in terms of protective orders, this is not the court that you would want to be in. You would definitely need to be in another court. But if you're thinking in terms of safety, I think your first step is to call 911. Speak to some police officers or whatnot. Sir, I don't know what you're doing to this woman. However,
I'm not doing
unfortunately,
anything.
I'm not saying that you are, but based on what she said.
He has everybody on the books. I have the proof. I can give it to you.
No, ma'am.
Despite everything that just happened, the judge still adopts the agreement. And legally, that makes sense. There's no concrete evidence presented at this moment to override it. So the order stands for $115, health insurance, extracurriculars. But emotionally, this case feels unstable, like there's more going on that hasn't been resolved.
You know what?
I have access to all of his accounts.
No thanks. So what I'm going to do is adopt the agreement between you all based on what you've been doing. The $415 a month, you will continue to pay that. You will continue to $189 in health insurance. You will continue to cover extracurricular activities for each of the children, including summer camp. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. And I think I need to go have a drink.
And just like that, a simple agreement turns into chaos. What started as cooperation ended with fear, accusations, and unanswered questions. Legally, the case is closed for now, but emotionally, it feels far from over. So what do you think? Was she telling the truth, or did things spiral out of control? If this case stunned you too, drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more courtroom drama.
This case before the court, what's going on?
Well, this gentleman, Douglas Kirby, he stopped paying child support about a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Danny, he's 8 now.
This one's gonna hit hard. A father hasn't paid child support for 2 years, and on the surface, it looks like a classic case of neglect. But then comes the twist. He claims he's suffering from a serious medical condition that's left him unable to work. The mother doesn't believe a word of it, and now the court has to decide what matters more, his responsibility as a father or his physical ability to provide. And trust me, this case is about to split opinions.
I want to know what is going on, and I want to know when he's gonna stop paying child support, please.
Okay, so how long has it been since he paid child support?
He paid for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since I haven't received anything.
2 years, okay. And you said the child is 8?
Yes.
8 years, okay.
Right from the beginning, the mother lays out the core issue. 2 years without a single payment. That's not a small gap. That's a complete breakdown in financial support. Legally, that usually raises red flags fast. But the moment you introduce a potential disability into the timeline, everything changes. The court now has to pause and ask a deeper question, not just why he didn't pay, but whether he even had the ability to.
All right, Mr. Kirby, is there a reason why you have not paid child support in 2 years?
Correct, Your Honor. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 3 years ago, and
Okay.
over the period of 8 months, it actually got really bad, and so I have not been able to really. I'm unemployed at the moment. I have not been able to work. I do.
Here's where the case flips. The father brings up multiple sclerosis and backs it with official disability and Social Security documents. That's huge in court, because once those documents are verified, the judge is legally restricted. You can't treat someone with a recognized disability the same way you would a fully capable worker. So now the focus shifts from responsibility to limitation.
However, I received disability and Social Security, and I've got the paperwork here if you need to see that.
Well, I have a copy of it up here with you, what was turned in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I see award letters. He does receive Social Security and disability.
Well, first of all, I think he's lying. Second of all, he can work with minimal duties.
Well, what do you
still
think
pay
he's
child-
lying about? You think he's lying about the disability? You think he's lying about the award letters that I'm looking at because they look like official documents from the state?
Okay, ma'am, it's like this.
But emotionally, the mother isn't buying it. She immediately calls him a liar, and this is where the tension really builds. On one side, you have official documents. On the other, you have personal history and mistrust. And this is something we see a lot in family court, evidence versus experience. So the real question becomes, which one carries more weight in a courtroom setting?
This guy is not good. Once we got married 9 years ago, I took care of him. Doesn't have a job. I made him to go back to college. I made him to get a degree. He's got a good job in IT. Okay, as soon as he got the job, okay, I don't want to be married anymore. Really? All right, you have a good job. Pay child support. Okay, he was paying $1,000 a month. Now I'm $1,000 a month short for 2 years.
Okay, I understand that, but you understand that he has a legitimate excuse for not paying anything, right?
Then she brings up the past, how she supported him, pushed him through school, helped him build a career. And honestly, that adds emotional weight to her argument. But legally, it doesn't change the present situation. The court doesn't calculate child support based on past sacrifices. It focuses on current income and current ability. And that's a tough pill to swallow in cases like this.
I understand it may be frustrating, but you do understand that, right?
He cannot work in IT. He cannot just push the buttons.
Well, if
not
he
like-
has something from a doctor saying that he cannot work. Until he gets something that actually releases him to work or he stops receiving benefits from the state, we really can't order him to pay any child support.
This is where the judge steps in with a clear legal boundary. If someone has a legitimate medical condition that prevents them from working, the court cannot force them to pay money they don't have. That's not just fairness, it's law. And while it may feel frustrating for the receiving parent, the system is designed to avoid creating impossible financial obligations.
I think what he wants to do, he just wants to stay home, sleep until noon, whatever, then go out there, play guitar or whatever it is that he was doing before we got married. He just doesn't want any responsibility. And I think he needs a reevaluation on his medical exam.
Okay, well you definitely can pay for that if you want to do a reevaluation or anything like that, but he can't give you what he does not have.
Still, the mother pushes back, claiming he's just avoiding responsibility. And from her perspective, that belief might come from years of frustration. But in court, accusations don't outweigh documentation. This moment really highlights the gap between emotional truth and legal truth. Because even if something feels true, it still has to be proven.
So I can't modify his child support or anything like that to make him pay you any more money. I just can't do that. Not when he has a legitimate reason not to be doing it.
Can you order him to pay health insurance? Because I'm paying $300 right now for the health insurance for the child.
Is that for the child only or is that
Yes,
for
ma'am,
you?
for the child only.
Okay, like I said, until he...
Now, she tries a different angle, asking the court to at least make him pay for health insurance. It's actually a smart move because sometimes courts will assign specific financial responsibilities even when general child support isn't possible. But again, it comes down to the same issue. If he doesn't have the income, the court can't enforce the payment.
Okay, get some sort of clearance, some sort of W-2 paycheck stub that says he's making around the amount that he was making. I mean, you really can't do anything at this point.
Okay, fine. Even if though he receives less money now, but he still can pay child support out of that amount, right?
Well, he can pay, it's taken out of the lesser amount, but not from his Social Security benefit. It's not going to be taken out of that.
So there's nothing I can do about it?
Not at this point, unfortunately.
This part is key. His income is coming from Social Security benefits, and those are protected in many cases. That means they can't always be used the same way regular income is for child support. So even though money is coming in, it's not fully accessible. And that creates a frustrating legal reality where the obligation exists, but enforcement becomes limited.
Do you know when, well, you probably don't know, has the doctor said anything about you being released back to work full-time or anything like that?
Nothing at the moment. It's not something I'm against. You know, I was making good money doing IT, and you know, she's right. She did push me to, you know, go back to college and get my degree, and it worked out for quite a bit. I even set some money aside for...
When the father finally speaks, the tone shifts. He's not defensive, he's not aggressive. He's explaining his condition and how it's affected his ability to work. And that matters. Judges pay close attention to intent. Is this someone avoiding responsibility or someone dealing with something beyond their control? That distinction can completely shape the outcome.
For college for Danny, but it's just at the moment I can't, and like I said, you know, over 8 months it just kept getting worse. There's small signs of it getting slightly better, but you know, it's really bad right now. I can't at screens, the numbers get blurred within it. At the moment, I do apologize, but it's not something I can do. I would love to, you know, I love our son as much as you do, but I mean, right now, if we're being honest, you make decent.
The judge makes something very clear here. This situation isn't permanent. If he recovers and starts earning again, child support can be reinstated and even increased. So this isn't a free pass. It's more like a pause based on current circumstances. The system is essentially saying, we understand your situation, but we're watching what happens next.
You know, you make a decent amount annually.
I believe he's sincere. I believe he's being very sincere about what he's saying.
When I can contribute, if I'm cleared, I'm more than willing to do it, Your Honor.
Yeah. It's always something. It's always honor.
Well, the good thing is that if and when that time comes and he's able to make even more money, right? You understand that your child support can go up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Correct.
So in the event that happens, you can get an increase, but just nothing for today. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
And just like that, the case ends with no immediate financial relief for the mother. It's a tough outcome because while the law protects the father's limitations, it also leaves the child's needs hanging in the balance. This case really shows how complicated family law can be when health and responsibility collide. So what do you think? Was this fair or did the system fail here? If this case got you thinking, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.
Shepard, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. When last we met, had my 3 children with my wife.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys, this one might look like a simple child support adjustment, but there's more going on beneath the surface. A father walks into court asking for a reduction because one of his kids now lives with him. But here's the twist. The ex-wife doesn't even show up to challenge anything. That completely shifts the courtroom dynamic. Now, the judge has to decide based on only one side of the story, and that always creates risk. So the real question is, when one parent is missing, is justice still balanced, or does it tilt unfairly?
The 12-year-old is now 13 and has come to live with me. So
Okay.
I'd like to see if there's any possibility of getting child support reduced since she's with me now.
Okay, the cheerleader, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have a good memory sometimes.
The father immediately makes his case. One child has moved in with him, so naturally, he wants his child support lowered. And legally, that argument holds weight because support is tied to custody. But here's the issue. He's presenting this claim without the other parent there to confirm or challenge it. That means the judge is relying heavily on trust and credibility. So think about it. Should financial decisions like this be made when only one side is speaking?
Where
better
is
off
your
than I.
ex-wife?
Where?
Yeah, she's not here.
I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you. I thought she was going to be here.
I mean,
Talked to her on the
thought she
phone
would've
2 or
been-
3 days ago, and I thought she was good to go.
Now things start to feel uncertain because the ex-wife is completely absent. No response, no objection, nothing. In court, silence can be interpreted in different ways. Sometimes it means agreement, but other times it signals avoidance or even neglect. The judge is now in a position where she has to read between the lines. If you were sitting on that bench, would you move forward confidently, or would you pause and question why one parent didn't even show up?
Well, I thought she was good to go too because it looks like she was given notice to be here,
Yes, ma'am.
and she.
Yes, Your Honor. She sure did.
Okay, so there isn't a dispute between you two.
The judge begins to focus on details. How long has the child actually been living with the father? And notice how the answer isn't precise. It's December, January roughly. That kind of vagueness matters more than people think. In family court, even small details can impact financial outcomes. So when timelines aren't clear, it introduces doubt. And the question becomes, is this a stable custody change or just a temporary situation being used to adjust payments?
Of whether or not the child has been living with you, or how long has the child been living with you?
About, let's see, December, January, 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, we made it the middle of the school year.
Here, the father claims that both parents agreed to the child living with him. That's a powerful statement because mutual agreement strengthens his case significantly. Courts are more comfortable adjusting support when both sides are on the same page. But again, there's no confirmation from the other parent. So everything now depends on whether the judge believes him. Would you take that statement at face value, or would you need proof before changing something this important?
Okay. And is that something you guys agreed to do, or is that, did something happen and the child started living with you?
Roughly, we agreed to it over a little bit of time.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing that's why she didn't come.
The judge makes an interesting assumption. She suggests the ex-wife didn't show up because she probably agrees. That's a big leap, because absence doesn't always mean consent. It could mean anything from agreement to complete disregard for the process. And now that assumption starts shaping the outcome of the case. So the real question is, should a legal decision ever be influenced by what we think someone meant instead of what they actually said?
Because she didn't have any opposition to it, but that's neither here nor there.
I thought she'd have something to say.
Well, yeah, because she had a lot to say the last time we were here.
Yes, ma'am. Surprise, surprise.
Okay. Well, this is what we can do.
Now we move into the financial side, and this is where things get technical. The judge reviews health insurance payments and previous calculations, and it becomes clear that child support isn't about emotion, it's about numbers. Everything is calculated based on income, expenses, and responsibility. And once custody changes, even slightly, those numbers shift. This is the part most people overlook, but it's actually the foundation of the entire decision.
She's not here, so we can move forward with your case. From what I remember, your health insurance documents, you pay $503.
503, yes, ma'am.
For the health insurance,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Here comes the reality check. Even though one child is now living with the father, he still has financial responsibility for the other two. And that's something many people misunderstand. Child support doesn't just disappear when circumstances change. It adjusts. The system is designed to balance responsibility, not eliminate it. So even when things improve for one parent, their obligation doesn't completely go away.
And I remember what we did was, instead of making you pay child support based on what your income was, we set it at the amount of the price of tuition for all 3 kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you still have the obligation.
This is the moment everything changes. The judge recalculates the amount, and suddenly the payment drops from $2,400 to about $1,098. That's a huge reduction, nearly half. And it shows just how powerful custody changes can be in court. One shift in living arrangements can completely reshape financial obligations. But here's something to think about. Does that number truly reflect fairness for both sides, or just the information presented today?
Of the other 2 children, obviously.
Yes, Your Honor.
But we're going to give you credit for one of the children living with you. So slightly coming off that $2,400 amount, your child support will go down to $1,098.
The judge reminds him that even before this hearing, his payment was already lower than it should have been. That's important because it shows he was already benefiting from a favorable decision in the past. So today's ruling isn't just about reducing support, it's about correcting and balancing what was already adjusted before. It adds another layer to the case that most people might miss.
I'm sorry.
$1,098.
$1,098?
$1,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions?
I don't think I better.
And just like that, the case ends without any pushback, argument, or emotional confrontation. It's almost too smooth. A major financial decision is made, and there's no resistance at all. But that raises a bigger concern. When one side isn't present, is the outcome truly final, or is this just setting up another dispute down the line?
Okay. Yeah, because last time we deviated and it was a lot lower than what it should have been.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
This case shows how quickly things can shift in family court. One child changes homes, one parent doesn't show up, and suddenly the entire financial structure is adjusted. It's a reminder that these decisions are based on both facts and circumstances in the moment. But it also leaves a lingering question. Was this a complete picture or just one side of the story? If this case surprised you, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more courtroom drama like this.